Well, hello everyone. This is Rogers Redding, National Coordinator of Football Officials, and I'm back again with another bunch of plays for this week. We've got several plays that I think will be of interest to you. Some of them are unusual situations that challenge our knowledge of the rules. So I hope you enjoy these, and again, be sure to let me know if you have questions or comments or suggestions. Okay, let's get to the plays. Here you're going to see a very hard hit on the quarterback, which is perfectly legal. Notice that there is a launch by this defender. However, his forcible contact is to the upper chest area. He gets his head out of the way and drives his shoulder in. So the quarterback is certainly defenseless, but this is correctly ruled not to be a targeting foul because while there is a launch, there is no forcible contact to the head or neck area. So good job by the player to do this in a way that is perfectly legal, vicious as it is. But good job by the referee to pass on this because there is no foul. On this next play, the offensive team is backed up against its own goal line, and we get a holding foul called against the right tackle. And the question is whether or not this is a safety. If the hold actually is initiated and takes place in the end zone, then the penalty would result in a safety. In this case, however, the initiation of the hold starts in the field of play, and so therefore there is no safety. This is simply a foul in the field of play with a penalty half the distance to the goal from the previous spot. So just want to make clear why this is not a safety by penalty, because the hold was initiated actually out in the field of play and not in the end zone.
Offense, number 62, half the distance to the goal, third down.
This interception return gives us a good example of blocking below the waist. Now, the rule for blocking below the waist can be complicated sometimes, but in this case it's very, very simple. Blocking below the waist is always illegal on any change of possession. So a punt return, a kickoff return, an interception return, someone picks up a fumble and returns it, any kind of block below the waist is a foul after a change of possession. Now this one is very costly because it happens very near the end of the play. You'll see it around about the 6-yard line just before the ball carrier crosses over into the end zone. But it's a very clear block. You can see it very easily. It doesn't matter whether it's from the front or from the side. Any kind of block below the waist after a change of possession is a foul. I have this play on here because it is an unusual example of a 10-second runoff. Notice the time in the half and the game clock is running, and the offensive team is flagged for a delay of game foul because the play clock ran out. Now, this is a foul that causes the clock to stop immediately, and so therefore it is correctly ruled as a foul that calls for a 10-second runoff. It's unusual because the team that has the delay of game is not in a hurry. They're not trying to get the clock stopped, as is usually the case where we have a 10-second runoff. So this is rather odd, but it is handled correctly. Now, of course, the opponent could have declined a runoff for this foul. They always have the option to accept or decline the 10-second runoff. And of course, the team charged with the delay of game foul could have preserved the 10 seconds by calling a timeout. Neither of those things happened, but I just want to have this play on here to illustrate an unusual situation that calls for a 10-second runoff.
Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Third down. By rule, there will be a 10-second runoff. Please set the game clock to 37 seconds.
On this play, you're going to see the ball carrier be pulled into the end zone by a teammate to score a touchdown. Now, this should have been called a foul. Assisting the runner is legal if it's a push. You can always push the ball carrier. That's a fairly new rule in the last few years, but you cannot pull. So this should have been called a foul for assisting the runner by pulling him. Here is an interesting example of a punter being hit, but it's not a foul because the defender was actually pushed into him by a teammate of the kicker. You get a really nice look at this on the replay. You can see the referee making a signal there to indicate that this is not a foul because the player was pushed into the kicker. This is a good job by the TV announcers to pick up on this and to explain to the television audience why there was no foul. The targeting foul is still a part of our game, and here's an example of a good call for targeting. This is a good example because it has all the elements that you're looking for. First of all, there is an indicator of targeting as the defender comes in with an upward thrust. The quarterback is certainly defenseless, so that part is taken care of. And then there clearly is forcible contact to the head or neck area, in this case the head, as you can see that the defender's helmet strikes forcibly to the headgear of the quarterback. So good call. This was confirmed by instant replay. Good job by the officials on the field, and also good commentary by the announcers.
We have 2 fouls on the play. Offside, defense, number 21, that's declined. Roughing the passer with targeting, defense, number 31. The previous play is under further review.
That's our plays for this week. Hope you enjoyed these. And again, if you have any questions or comments, be sure to let me know. I'm always glad to hear from you. Shoot me a text or an email or give me a call. I'm always open to talking about these plays or anything else of interest to you. So don't hesitate to contact me if you have any questions or comments or just want to talk about football. And all of you have great games this week.